Please help me welcome Dennis Bauer.
And he turns to the passengers and says calmly, but as you get close, it turns yellow, and then you notice the photo enforced sign.
You would think rocket scientists able to put a lander on Mars, that this society would be able to make a button that would stay on your jacket. I am half German, half Scot, which means I can build a rocket, but it's going to go slightly a kilter.
Jeff and honored guests and every one of you who ever got to a gas station on fumes and a prayer.
Looking at the ground of northern Colorado 6,000 feet below, and ahead to the instrument panel in the cockpit, you would have been particularly interested in the two fuel gauges because they were both on empty. We are now flying on fumes and a prayer.
And you would have seen the propeller windmilling as we coasted through the air. Has that ever happened to you?
I recalled the stern words of my flight instructor many years before, the day he leaned over and pulled the power on the airplane I was flying just to see how I would react. Bauer, when you lose power and you're going down, remember 3 words and in this order: aviate, navigate, communicate. Aviate, get control of the basics, fly the plane. Navigate, see where you are and where you want to go and head that way. Communicate, talk to somebody on the ground who sees where you are and can see the big picture around you and who isn't freaked out.
And one of those blips is me. Red flags have just gone off in his head because of 3 magic little words: low, on, fuel. I pictured him sitting back a little bit, watching that little blip that was me, taking a sip of coffee, looking back at my little blip and saying, idiot. But what he actually said was,
Cessna 65 Victor, are you declaring an emergency? I looked at the 2 fuel gauges. I looked at the ground 6,000 feet below. I looked at my passengers.
you run out of energy and you feel yourself going down. The unexpected happens to you. When my engine conked out and the propeller was windmilling, I knew from training exactly what to do.
Aviate, navigate, communicate. I learned this, that in life, unlike flying, the process takes a little longer. But it still works. I sat down, opened my personal journal, and filled in 3 pages. At the top of the first page, I wrote the word aviate. Then I wrote the word navigate. I wrote out all the assets and resources I had available to me at that point, and I listed the steps I would take and what it would look like when I got to where I wanted to go. Aviate, navigate, communicate. I got with a life coach who could see where I was at and knew where I wanted to go and who wasn't freaked out. I found in writing it out, I got mental clarity. sense of direction, and hope. I challenge you, when the unexpected hits you hard and you're down to fumes and a prayer, remember these 3 words and in this order: aviate, navigate, communicate.
Aviate? Navigate? Good. Before we're done tonight, you're going to know those 3 words.